from the Oak Wall Studios in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Hello, this is Jesse Oakley III, and welcome to the Oak Zone, where we provide positive words of wisdom for you, the happy people. Now, Monday through Fridays, I give you a plethora of positivity on my show called the Oak Zone. But today is Sunday morning, and it is time for the Sunday Morning Chat Series, where I interview a plethora of positive people that are making a big difference within the community, whether they're speakers, authors, yoga instructors, animal rescue volunteers, Bitcoin experts, you name it. If they make a big positive difference in their community, you'll hear from them here on the Sunday Morning Chat Series. And today, we got ourselves a darn good show. Hiking is a very wonderful experience. You not only get a chance to make yourself feel fit, but you also get a chance to experience nature all around you. You could be in different places and in different parks, and if you're with a group of friends, it makes the experience even more worthwhile. To talk about the discussion on hiking, I have with me a wonderful and fantastic guest. So, happy people, get ready and say hello to none other than Miss Sandra Stahl. Hey, Sandra, how's it going?
Hi, Jesse. Good to see you. Thanks for inviting me on the show.
All right, it's good to have you. And without any further delay, let's chat.
Okay.
All right. Now, how did you get your start in hiking?
I got my start through a friend of mine. She's very, not even outdoorsy. She's very, goes to the gym, very active person. She works for City of Las Vegas, and there was a group that was birthed from City of Las Vegas. It was called We Love to Hike, and it was birthed with just a handful of hikers. Now there's thousands and thousands of people on this group. And what we would do is every weekend we would set up an event, and a group of us would start and we'd go out. We'd go to the hot springs, we'd go to the railroad tunnels, we would explore all and around Las Vegas. In the summertime, we're up at Mount Charleston. In the winter, we're by Lake Mead Recreational Area, or we go out to Red Rock. And we have just gone wide and far to just see all the nooks and crannies and explore what's out there.
Wow, that's fantastic. Oh my goodness. Now, what are the actual benefits of hiking besides what you mentioned in the beginning?
Oh, well, I can speak for myself. For me, it's I get so in what I do, I sit at my desk all day. And I become mentally exhausted, but I'm not physically exhausted. That was one of the first benefits, is it just took that edge off where you've got that vibe and you just want to be tired and sleep, but your legs won't let you sleep. So the physical exertion, and then you get out there, you said it, you get out there and you meet different people because this group was blended from different people all over, where you meet different interesting people, and then you just got to walk and see things. Every week it was something different because there was so much that we didn't know and hadn't done. Now there may be some repeats, but it's just beautiful areas, unique parts of town. I mean, there are so many things that I wouldn't have even known that you exist. Now, when I grew up, my mom was from Germany, and we would go back and visit my grandparents. And I had the most amazing experience because my grandparents didn't own a car. My grandmother had never worn pants, and my grandparents didn't own a car. So when we went to visit, we had to walk everywhere. And I can tell you the difference just between having to walk to the grocery store, where you had the bags like we have, you had to walk from where they lived all the way to the grocery store. You got your bagels, you got your food, you got everything. And then you would walk back and you experience just so much more of the town. And I take that to when you're driving, you can drive up to Mount Charleston and you can experience it through the window, or you can walk in the trails. And your experience is just so more in depth. It is just, it's amazing. I can't even tell you. Sometimes you get well, not sometimes, most of the time when you're up there and it's in those high elevations and, hiking's hard anyway, but you're going up in a high elevation and your heart rate's going and you get to that point of what is it called where you've got the endorphins coming, and it's just I don't know why people need drugs when they're high on life. You can get this for free. And it's not, when in the COVID realm, it's what kept so many people sane. You will see it over and over and over again where people were riding bikes, they were out. I think that's personally what happened to Red Rock, where now you have to have a reservation to get in because they're seeing the beauty of nature. I tell some people different days we hike at different places, and part of the group was now hiking on Sundays, and I said, that's okay. It's like going to church on Sunday morning. Not to get too religious, but different people, different things. But those are the benefits. Oh, and then let me just say, the exercising is good for the health, it's good for the immune system, that vitamin D, hello COVID, all of the other benefits. But it's just the beauty of it.
Oh, that is awesome. My goodness. She said a whole lot right there.
Oh,
Now, what were some of your challenging moments when it comes to hiking?
okay, let me just tell you, we went to what was called, this happened very recently, and it proved to me everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. There's this place that's called Little Zion, and it is it's it's not far. It's maybe a 6 mile round trip hike, but you go up and you go up and you think you've gotten to the saddle and you go up again. And then they warned us. They said, when you go down the other side, don't go down unless you can go back up and come back out. And it was after that, and I was exhausted. My feet hurt. I was just, I wanted to eat and drink and never get up. I laid in bed when I got home because all I could do was keep my feet, horizontal at that point. But I did it. And it was one of the most challenging ones. I did it. And it made me feel like afterwards that I could do anything, that the rest doesn't scare me. As we went up there, and every time I thought I was at the top, they said, no, over there, a little bit more, just around the corner. And these are kind of like running jokes, just a little bit more. You can do it. You can do it. And the group is so motivating, but it made me feel like, okay, you know what? Next time I can get to the top of Mount Charleston. It may be slow and go, but I can do it. I have a group of friends right now, and they're in their 70, right? I'm not 70, but it gave me a life goal. They're at Grand Canyon and going rim to rim. 70. What an incredible. I mean, you want to talk about new life goals? Rim to rim. Now, they're going to spend a night because they want to, but I have another group in these ladies, and they're in their 50s. They're old people group, but not really, not all. The ones I go with, but, hey. And they would summit Mount Charleston, and not just once, not a one and done, over and over because they love it. They did rim to rim in one day. Can you imagine? Even the summit to Mount Charleston, we're talking 12 hours. 12 hours, right? And that's not a good, I think you can go a little less, but it just makes you feel like empowered. And in this environment where we have so little to look forward to or to set a goal for because it's all up in the air, it gives you something to have that goal. And it gives you purpose.
Oh my, that is just dynamic. Oh wow, hearing that challenges and the stories behind it. 70?
70.
Oh.
70 and leading the hike.
Wow.
Leading us little ones behind us, little ducklings, as we walk behind him. Had a 70th birthday out at St. Thomas a couple weeks ago. We celebrated and had somebody had made cupcakes. Yeah, it's just incredible.
You can say that again. My goodness. Now, what were some of your best moments when it come to hiking?
The best, just that sense of accomplishment, and in the group of people, because we don't just walk. I know. We went to Apex Sand Dunes, and for any of the people around that don't know, there are sand dunes very close to us. Mm-hmm. And we decided when we all met at the gas station, because we met and we carpool out, we decided, we're going to climb to this top of the sand dune and we're going to go down. And I said, let's get garbage bags. We can ride down the sand dunes on garbage bags. So we went into to the gas station, and the lady gave us some garbage bags. So we hauled that roll of garbage bags to the top of the sand dune. And the sand dune was like I don't know, 2, 3 stories tall. Okay. And it was the kind of, it's beach sand. So you're going up, and for every time, there's some that are like just cliffs like this, you know? And as you're going, it's all falling on you, and you've got sand in places you've never imagined, and it's still coming out of your ears, and oh God, everywhere. So you get to the top, and now we're standing at the top, and we're like, we're going to go down this? As we looked, because we made it there, but you're looking down the cliff, right? And I mean, it's got a good incline, like let's say a 10-2 kind of, or 10-12 kind of pitch on it. And
Yeah.
we're all looking like, no, no, no. And so I dug out the sand, I dug out the garbage bags, and I sat on it, and we gave it a good old college try. We did not make it down on this because it just kept grabbing. But you'd have to picture, I have pictures of us just scooting with the trash bags between our legs, trying to scoot down. And there's 3 or 4 of us inching our way down. And I don't think we ever laughed so hard in our entire lives. And then after sand everywhere, I mean, everywhere, because it's coming down your back, it's coming in your shoes. I mean, the shoes were the least of it. We still had to hike out. And then, like when sand starts to start rubbing and itching and everything, because it's in all your clothes. I don't think we
Wow.
ever laughed so hard, but it's these things that bring joy too. It's that fellowship, friendship, and the silly, quirky, make it unique and fun.
Oh man.
Oh, and then there was another time I have to share.
Go
We
ahead.
years ago, we came up with this thing. In the summer, it's super hot, and if for anybody that doesn't know, they have railroad tunnels out at Lake Mead,
Hmm.
and you can go through the railroad tunnels. So I said, let's do it at night. You put on the little headlamps, you bring the cell phones. So we went through it, and it's about 3 miles to the end, and there's this little round section, and it's out by you can go from the railroad tunnels all the way to the dam. And we said, well, okay, it's not quite dark. The gates are open. Let's go down to the dam. Well, apparently that's not allowed. So
Ooh.
when the so when the security guards or the military or whatever they were found us, they said you have to go back. You're not allowed to be here. 9/11, all that other stuff. We didn't know. There's a whole group of us hiking down there in the dark, trudging through. Thought we can, so not a big deal. They didn't offer to give us a ride. They just told us to come back the way we came.
Wow. Wow.
Then they waited for us at the gate. And I mean, but that was one of those, you don't know what you don't know, but now we know you don't go there when the sun goes down. But
Hmm.
there's some things that are just a lot of fun experiences. You can, when it gets hot, you can do it at night. You can go up to Mount Charleston and do one of the beautiful hikes when it's cooler at night with just the headlamps. There's so many ways to make it quirky and fun. And let me say this, it doesn't have to be hard. The railroad tunnels, 3 miles there, 3 miles back, but you can stop whenever, and it's perfectly flat. There's no incline. When I started, I could barely go a mile. I would start just from my house, and you just build it up. You build it up, and then you try, and you maybe push yourself a little more, and then you try. There's so many places that you don't have to be this super wanderer. You just have to be willing to go step, try, go as far as you can, and then go a little further the next time. It doesn't have to be a mountain every time.
Oh man, those are some amazing stories. Oh, whoa. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to go right into the next question.
Oh,
Oh,
uh-oh.
wow. Now, if you just let's just say that there's somebody out there that's seeing what you and your group is doing and they are inspired, they are in awe of what you're doing. What type of advice would you give this person that want to do what you're doing?
Oh, I would tell them to go online, go to the social media sites and find a group. There are a lot. There's Pahrump Outdoors, that there's some great people if you live in Pahrump. There's We Love to Hike. There's a lot of groups. And if you look where the people are hiking in the groups, it'll tell you about the different places that are available. I'd be curious. Don't be afraid to ask. Everybody that's in those groups are there to share what they know and encourage you. Absolutely encourage you. We always say there's a front person and there's a very back person so that nobody gets left behind. Now, let me tell you, I've been at the back quite a bit. And the problem with being at the back is that by the time you catch up to the rest of the group, they're ready to go. And you have to just use your words and say, wait, I need a little more of a pause. And just be ready to be out there for a while, because we make sure that the advanced and then the younger ones, me, um, that everybody gets the experience. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. You can't be in a hurry.
All right. Now, you, this is going to lead to the next question. If there is anyone that wants to know more about your hiking group or anything else, what's the website address can they go to? What's the social link that you can go to?
Oh, so the ones that I belong to are Pahrump Outdoors, our Outdoors Pahrump, which is on Facebook group, and then We Love to Hike on Facebook.
Okay. Now,
And there are I'm sorry, Jesse, there are
go ahead.
meetup groups, and there's all the other stuff too. But those two I belong to, and so I can vouch for it. But there are a million wonderful groups. Some are just for advanced hikers. So if you're really good and you can get out there and you can summit Mount Charleston, I'm using a lot of fingers today, and you can summit Mount Charleston, then go to the advanced group. They have some more intermediate. They have some groups that will tell you this is a beginner. Oh, and let me tell you, Bird and Hike is an amazing website or app too, I think. And it will tell you if it's strenuous, if it's moderate, if it's easy, and give you all the details. It tells you the trails, it gives you a bunch of a lot of good information. Like here's a landmark to look for where you turn. A lot of times we go with people that have already gone, but sooner or later you'll be the first one to go someplace. So
All right. And for the happy people out there that are wondering about these websites and Facebook links, do not fret because I'm going to put the link in the description below. So you get a chance to actually check it out after this interview is done. So if you want more information, please go to the links in the description below. All right. And we are almost at the end of the meeting and it is shout out time. And do you have anyone that you like to give a shout out to?
I would like to give a shout out to Lisa Rosales. She is the one that got me started, that introduced me to this group, We Love to Hike, and the founder of We Like to Hike, which would be Christy Beckworth. She was amazing, put the group together that had 20 people when it started 4 or 5 years ago. Now there are thousands of us out there every weekend sharing our stories, sharing our pictures, and letting us know about all of the unique places that are available.
All right. Now, there are so many people out there that are watching this video. They like what they're seeing. They want to do their own hiking. They want to join a group like yours. If you can offer the words of wisdom to my people, the happy people, what words of wisdom would they be?
Don't be afraid. It's not too much. I was worried about it too and not being able to do it. Don't give it the negative spin. You can do it. If I can do it, you can absolutely 100% go out and explore and have that adventure wanderlust spirit. It just starts with looking and it starts with taking one foot in front of the other, in front of the other, in front of the other. It just starts with beginning. Try it. You may love it.
All right. And that is a perfect way to end this interview. On behalf of all the happy people that are watching all over the world, Sandra, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
Thank you, Jesse. I really appreciate being able to talk with you.
All right. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. If you want more plethora of positivity, go to YouTube, type in my name, Jesse Oakley III, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, like, and share these videos with other happy people that you know. And if you want more episodes of the Oakstone Sunday Morning Chat Series, I've recorded more than 50 episodes from different people, from different backgrounds, making a big difference in the community. So if you want to see more people on the Oakstone Sunday Morning Chat Series, just go to my YouTube channel where you get a chance to see and listen to interesting people like my friend Sandra. And this concludes this episode of the Sunday Morning Chat Series. Until the next time, happy people, you take care and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.